See website for details.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Hey, I didn't know it rained last night.
Oh, it didn't. Why do you say that?
Because little Johnny's in the backyard playing in that big mud puddle.
Did you leave the hose on?
No, the neighbor borrowed it yesterday.
Wait, is that the side where the septic...
Johnny, get out of there!
Having septic problems? At Mike Scott Plumbing, we can make those septic worries disappear. We can pump your septic tank, repair your drain field, and, if needed, even install a whole new system. At Mike Scott Plumbing, we don't take crap from anyone. We take it from everyone. 237-2888. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On the last day of June, June 30th, just around the corner is the celebration of the birth of the greatest nation, in my opinion, on the face of the earth, the United States of America. That means the grand 4th of July celebration tradition of a Capitol 4th concert and fireworks broadcast is going to happen live from Washington, D.C. on PBS. This year features tributes to the 65th anniversary of West Side Story. Hard to believe that's 65 years. And it'll also celebrate the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Memorial. Joining us on the phone lines to discuss her upcoming performance at the Capitol 4th is Loren Allred. You perhaps know her for her song Never Enough on the Greatest Showman soundtrack. She's also appeared on The Voice and alongside Michael Bublé and David Foster. She's going to be introduced by country music 4-time Grammy nominee star Mickey Guyton, who's hosting. There's going to be a stunning array of other performers, all capped by a spectacular live fireworks show marking the 246th birthday of our great nation. Loren, good morning to you.
Good morning, Tom. So excited to be on your show. What a great introduction.
You know, my favorite holiday because of my faith is Christmas, but my second favorite holiday because of my faith is the birth of the greatest nation on the earth, and the faith I have in our democracy is 4th of July. How special is it that you were asked to perform at this grand event in Washington, D.C.?
Oh, of course. It's so special. You know, I grew up watching this program on PBS, and to be a part of, you know, the performance lineup just feels like an honor. I can't wait to get over there and start rehearsing with the National Symphony Orchestra and just be alongside such a wonderful lineup of performers. It just feels so surreal.
Now, I know you've worked with Michael Bublé, David Foster. You did for the soundtrack, The Greatest Showman. You were part of that and everything. So you've worked with some big names in the industry. And now that you know that you're going to be with the National Orchestra, 4th of July on TBS, center stage, has the realization of that registered with you yet?
You know, it never gets old meeting people that I just looked up to my whole life as a singer, and the Capitol Fourth show is no exception. You know, there are so many legends performing, including, you know, Yolanda Adams, Cynthia Erivo, Cheetah Rivera is hosting the tribute to the West Side Story, and just so many others, and it's just so exciting. It never gets old.
Now, Mickey Guyton's hosting for the first time. Mickey's gonna introduce you. That's got to be kind of cool too.
Yeah, you know, she is so
She's
great.
really good.
Yes, she is. I watched her at the Super Bowl, and she's got such a wonderful voice, and she's so great at hosting. So I'm really excited that she's kind of leading the show.
Lead us through. Give us a little bit of background on how it came about that your people were contacted, and it came about that you were asked to perform at this show.
Yeah, you know, I sang Never Enough in The Greatest Showman, and it's kind of funny because the actress Rebecca Ferguson is lip-syncing to my voice in the movie. So a lot of people didn't really realize that, but when Michael Bublé got in touch with me and had me sing a duet on his album, I think more people started to know who I was. And I feel like, you know, I did David Foster's concert on PBS, so I have that PBS connection there, and I just feel so honored that they wanted to have me back for a Capitol Fourth.
How important is it to you as a performer that there are avenues like PBS that are afforded to everybody? It's everybody's TV station because it's federally funded and all. How important is it to having access to the world through PBS?
Oh, it's hugely important. You know, PBS has been a staple for television, I think, in everyone's lives from childhood all the way through adulthood. And, you know, they really make sure that it's such an inclusive station. And especially at Capitol Fourth, I feel like the performers just come from all different types of genres, and we can all celebrate as a country, and we can all find something that we enjoy watching at Capitol Fourth.
Now, give us a little background on you growing up and all. How important was the 4th of July to you and your family?
Oh, it's so important. You know, I grew up in a musical family, so we were always out watching fireworks at the parks, and at least one of us was singing the national anthem or some patriotic song. And so it's just so special. I just feel so excited that that we're back in person, especially for a Capitol Fourth, because we've been doing this remotely. You know, we've seen so many stations and programs performing remotely, and now we're back in person. So it feels like we're really celebrating the 4th of July this year in particular.
Now, can you tell us what song you'll be performing? Is it Never Enough? Is it another song? Are you actually performing the national anthem, or is it something you can't tell?
No, I am allowed to speak about it. So I'm performing Never Enough with the National Symphony Orchestra, of course, and then I'm singing God Bless America as the fireworks are going off with the orchestra as well. So it's going to be so special to be singing that song as the fireworks show is happening, you know, the best in the country.
It really is. What takes place on the mall there for the fireworks show is second to none. If you hadn't seen it in person, I suggest you get to Washington, D.C., but if you can't get to Washington, the second best alternative is the fireworks display that's at the end of the Capitol Fourth. Now, tell people what time it actually gets started, when the festivities all get started on PBS, because a lot of people may not know what time it starts.
Yeah, you can watch it live on PBS at 8 Eastern, 7 Central Time, and it's also streaming on YouTube and the Capitol Fourth website. So if you're not near a television, you can watch it on your computer, and you can watch it again later. So anywhere you are, you can find us.
It's one of the spectaculars. I watched the Memorial Day concert that they had just a month and a half ago. I always watch Capitol Fourth on the TV because it's a better alternative. I'm a pet owner, and my wife put out a great thing the other day. She goes, "How about instead of buying fireworks this year, watch fireworks at your local fireworks display or on PBS for the Capitol Fourth, and instead of buying fireworks, buy 2 bags of dog food and donate it to your local animal shelter." I thought that was a great idea.
Oh, my goodness. love that.
I thought it was a great idea. And watch the fireworks on the Capitol 4th, because you're not going to watch a better fireworks display on the Capitol 4th. And you get to hear Loren Allred sing God Bless America.
Oh, yeah. Your wife is a wise woman, and I feel like it's going to be a pretty hot night outside in Florida, so you might as well just stay inside and watch PBS.
I couldn't agree with you. It's always a hot night in Florida in July. It's just, it is what it is. Now, where are you from originally, Loren?
I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but I've lived in New York for a long time now.
But you grew up in Pittsburgh, so the blue-collar atmosphere of that town's what makes 4th of July very special for you, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. You know, my house was built for the steel workers back in the day, and, 4th of July is a big deal.
How much are you enthralled by the fact that it's the 65th anniversary of the West Side Story?
It's so crazy. I grew up watching West Side Story, you know, the original movie, and I just saw the remake, and they really did that justice. It was absolutely stunning. And then to have Cheetah Rivera, who originated the role, on Broadway hosting this tribute, it just feels like where are we? We just have everybody here.
Yeah.
And Cynthia Erivo, who I'm such a huge fan of, I saw her sing in The Color Purple. She's going to be singing somewhere from the West Side Story as a tribute. So her voice is unbelievable. So I can't wait to watch just both of those superstars on the same stage.
Tell people one more time, Loren, where they can watch the Capitol 4th.
Yeah, you can watch it on PBS, 8 Eastern and 7 Central, or you can stream it on YouTube or Capitol 4th website.
Loren Allred, thank you so much for joining us, and much success to you on July 4th at the Capitol 4th.
Thanks so much, Tom.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pride.
Speaking at the NATO summit in Madrid, Spain last hour, President Biden said no matter how much it costs, the United States will continue to finance the Ukraine war effort.
We are going to support Ukraine as long as it takes. Look at the impact that the war on Ukraine has had on Russia. They've had to renege on their national debt for the first time since the beginning, almost well over 100 years. They've lost 15 years of the gains they made in terms of their economy.
Inflation is rising at the fastest rate in decades as the Fed moves aggressively to contain it. Numbers released today by the government indicate prices for goods and services rose 0.6% last month, or 6.3% from the previous year. 2 months ago, the figures were 0.2% and 6.3% respectively. Thanks for listening. We are